This episode of Bouts Talking Bouts is brought to you by Bare Knuckle Betting Shark. Winning parlays, if you're looking for them in BKFC, you got to be checking out BK Bet Shark. Here's the thing, $50 buys, you get a personalized bet slip. It's based on your own budget. You can be flexible. It is what works for you. And this guy's got the receipts. You can check out all the winning tickets. You can peep them, and you can do so at Bare Knuckle Betting Shark. Check him out on Instagram and get with it. Got them personalized betting slips going on, $50 buys. All right, on this episode of Bare Knuckle Radio, very excited to be talking to an individual who readies to compete on what's looking to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest events in BKFC history, and very excited to see that all go down in Salt Lake City and everything on December 2nd, and very excited to be talking to an individual readying to compete on that card, doing so against Keegan Vandermeer. Very happy to be talking to Esteban Rodriguez. How are you doing, man? It seems like you're having a good day there.
Yeah. You know, baby, I'm excited. I'm ready for action, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. I'm ready. I am ready.
Yeah, and it seems like this is just another one that's really firing you up. Like, was there something about this particular opponent that was getting you fired up? Was it the magnitude of this card? Is it just fighting in general? I saw you had a post showing the enthusiasm, and I can really sense it from you. Is it just all these things that are firing you up about this fight?
This is going to be one of the biggest parts of my entire life that I've ever been a part of. I'm going to have a huge crowd that I get to put on their feet, and you know what I mean? I get to perform in front of. Like today, we're the modern day gladiators, baby. We get to tell this next generation that dreams can still come true. You put that hard work in, man. Put your faith in God, man, and I'm in this position that I never knew I could ever be in, man. I've just been having faith, putting in the work, and just doing the work, man, and just staying patiently, man, patiently waiting my time. And now this is going to be finally when I get to show the world I'm that $1 million fighter that they've been needing and that they've been wanting, you know what I mean, in this world, that we're saying, this business. I was ready to put on some true violence, man. I'm ready to put on that true violence.
Yeah, and I love some of the language in the post, too. Like, you're talking about just wanting to, like, really give back and make a positive impact for communities. It was, like, talking about supporting veterans and how this fight is dedicated to those who are fighting cancer. So this seems like a very important one for you in, you know, certain regards like that as well.
Oh, for sure. Like, everything I've been doing now, you know what I mean, is because of the people and the community, you know what I mean? I came from a troubled youth. So it's like the only reason I've really found purpose is to give back to this, you know what I mean, and show the next guys that are coming up, you know what I mean, that eventually when I get some money, like, I'm really going to make a big fucking difference. Oh, excuse my language, but that's when I'm going to make a big difference. They're really going to feel my weight when I come in here with them really serious, you know, competition money. That way I can really start doing bigger programs, and, like, life has just kind of been, you know how life is, man. You know, you think you got things by the, you know, on the ropes, and the next thing you know, the rug swept out right from under you, and you're fumbling trying to get up and doing what you got to do, and things don't go as planned, and you kind of got to go with emotions. And I've learned that, man. It's like, you know, as hard as I got to keep on fighting, you know, it's like, it's worth it, man. It has been worth it, and it's like now I'm finally in that position where I can finally find that light and shine that light in some people's lives that don't have that guidance, you know, that they don't know where to put it or they don't know what to do, and it's like they don't believe that it's possible to be able to live a dream nowadays with everything going on that they're putting in front of you, and it's like everybody they think that American dream is dead, and honestly, I'm living proof that it's alive as long as you just put the work in it and just do what you have to do and just believe, man, and just make that one step in front of, you know, 10,000 is all you need to take. It just takes one step, man, and just towards that goal, and you have a whole different view on life, and you have a whole different meaning and purpose, man.
Yeah, I love hearing that, and it seems like even in your own moments, like, I mean, you talk about the relatability of how sometimes you have to, you know, dust yourself off in life and just, you know, bounce back from certain things. It seems like you embrace those moments and really learn from them. Like, I thought it was telling how quickly you kind of messaged me after the last fight and were saying how you'll be back bigger and stronger than ever and how you're still going to mop the floor with this division. So it seems like you really have, like, a certain, I guess, like, indomitable kind of spirit in that regard. Like, just, it seems like you really learned from that last experience with Jomi Esoboza and everything.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, dude. Like even that fight, like I was in the best shape of my life. I put in the work, and I feel like I put in a little too much work. I didn't usually do my normal routine that I would normally do, because my usual tradition is, day of the fight, I'll enjoy myself and relax, catch some fish with the coach. Coach, come on, he'll catch me some fresh fish. We'll have a fresh meal, a straight fish, and then we'll get back to it. You know what I mean? A little drills here and there, and then get to work, get in and get out. Another day at the office, but. Unfortunately, that fight, I kind of was more focused on recovery, trying to find a chiropractor and the cryotherapy and all kinds of stuff. I was putting energy that I normally don't put energy into. And, trying to get on my apparel and find, like, my wife, dude, like, if it wasn't for her, man, like, I would be a fucking chicken with my head cut off, man, just running around crazy. It would have been a straight, crazy, excuse my language, shit show, as you would say, but it's like, it has been wild. I wouldn't have been able to do it without her. And it's like the last fight, we were just kind of rushing on things. And I was, finding out also more of my family history down there. So I was able to really see like where my dad and my mom kind of came up from. And it was a really good experience. It was a really good experience. But I wish I could have had more time to focus as far as like being able to handle my personal reasons and then separating that, with the fighting. And I wish I kind of would have had a little bit more training for as far as like fighting a world title fighter, you know what I mean? It's like I kind of only had possibly like 4, maybe 3, not even 4, actually, probably like 3 weeks of training for that fight, like consistent. And my coach was able to get me together as quickly as possible, but it's like, trying to prepare for a fight like that, it's kind of difficult, man. It's kind of difficult trying to cover so many things that I'm familiar with still. Cause I'm just getting in the game, man. A lot of these guys been doing this for years, and I'm just getting in the game, man. And like I said, I'm just an ordinary man off the streets, just trying to chase a dream. And I'm just here trying to show the people that it don't matter as long as you get your ass up off the couch and start fucking doing something towards your goals and start doing something towards your dreams. Like it'll happen. Eventually, it'll come through. Eventually, all those no's are gonna become a yes, and then there's gonna be so many doors that get opened up to you. And like that's where I'm at now. I'm in a position where I never believed I could be in. I get to perform with the best people on the planet, man. All these people that I get to do it for, they're gonna be watching worldwide. You know what I mean? You guys promoting us and helping us out. Like this is what I do it for, man. I do it for you guys, man.
And it seemed like there was no, sorry, what were you gonna say? It seemed like there was a bit of a delay there.
This is like a dream come true, man, for sure. Like, this is what I do this for you guys.
Yeah, I love hearing that, man. It's a great mindset, and it seemed like there was a lot of respect after that last one too. Like you're talking about how like you're really learning a lot in this game and facing guys who are ultimately like more experienced even, and it seemed like that respect came from the last fight. I saw Jomi commented on a post of yours saying most can't survive that heat we bring. Our next opponents will suffer, and then he hashtagged iron sharpens iron. So cool to see that sort of respect there. It seemed like he, really, I guess, felt your skills in there too as you guys were throwing down there in that, heater of a fight you guys had.
Yeah, man, he's good. He's a monster, man. Like he's a monster. He knows what he's doing. He picks his shots well. That hook of his, man, it is something else, man. But it's just we came in for the game plan. I did the game plan as executed as well. I'm trying to improve myself because I'm testing myself as far as the same as competing. And being able to show like the world that, hey, with doing the work, it doesn't matter how big, how slow, or what it is. Like you can move how you train to move. Like in my mind, I'm trying to move like a 125. That's why I like getting into those huge firefights and dragging these guys into those deep waters. And it's like I like to test their cardio because honestly, I feel like my cardio is one of the biggest things that I can kind of stand and hang with these guys because I've learned that proper breathing. And honestly, man, it's fun, man. It's fun to be able to get in there and compete and be able to test myself, against these guys. Because like I said, I've got less than probably a year, like total time, a full year of like straight boxing. Not even, like, because I like just got into it. So it was like when I really, really started learning more boxing. Because as I said, I'm just kind of picking pieces up right now from life. So I'm just like, I just got done moving, just got done dealing with a funeral, my grandma's funeral, and it's just like a lot of different stuff that's just a change of events that's just been happening. It's just, life comes and kicks you in the nuts when you're trying to get up, back up, and And it's just that fight, man. That fight trying to come out the mud, man. It's been a battle. It's been a battle. Like, now this fight, this is definitely one of the biggest fights of my entire life. And that last fight I got to learn, because that was one of my biggest fights of my life. And I got to learn it doesn't matter how hard you prepare for a fight. Like, if your mindset's not in there, you're not really truly ready as far as mental. Like, it's a different ball game, man. Like, right now, I'm locked in. I'm ready to show the world that I'm that next 205er that deserves that champ. I mean, like, that belt. And I'm going in there to show them, like, listen, you guys put that fire on, dude, and walk through the fire, and you can show that you're a diamond. You can become a diamond as long as you just walk through that fire, put yourself in those positions to be cut. And, like, I feel like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it with the right training camp and the right support behind me, because, like, the city has been helping me out a lot. Or, like, my fans and family and my community, you know what I mean, that's supporting me via, Cash App and stuff when I absolutely need it. Things of that nature, you know what I mean? Like, they help me out PayPal sometimes, and, like, that stuff goes a long ways. Because it's like, it helps me out with gas, and it helps me get to it from training, and it's like, being busy with all this other stuff, it's been difficult to get to the gym and get real, true training in. So this is definitely one of those biggest camps that I'm going to have, like, for my entire career, and now this is the longest time I've ever had for one of my fights in my entire career. So, like, now it's, like, the biggest time of my life that I'm able to really, like, dial in as far as, like, a true training camp. But just imagine if they were able to see, put some respect on it now last time. Like, now, this next fight, for sure, they're going to see a whole new degree of fighter. I'm going to show these guys, like, look, it don't matter how big, how slow, whatever you think of heavyweights can be, like, we can move too. You know what I mean? Like, we can move too.
Yeah, and I'm curious, like, what your thoughts are on this opponent here, because, I mean, it seems like another, good guy in this weight category to be fighting against, has put together some, pretty succinct back-to-back, finishes there, just, BKFC 31 and 50, respectively. Like, what are your thoughts on what Keegan Vandermeer has, shown so far in his pair of, BKFC performances so far? Like, what are your thoughts on those fights? Have you been kind of, like, dissecting them on a tape study level sort of thing?
Well, I don't really dissect my fighters too much. I just kind of see what they have to, kind of what style, like pressure, or are they more of a strategic fighter, or because everybody has a game plan until there's a fist in their mouth, and then everything goes out the window, and the true instincts come in, and that's what I feel like separates me from the others, because nobody likes to bring out that true fighter, because when anybody steps in the ring with me, they're gonna be in for a ride, and we gonna fight if they like to or not. We gonna be fighting. So either they're going to put the gas on, or they're going to either step on and get the next person in there so that they can see if they got something they can put on, you know what I mean? Because I'm ready to show the world, man, what it is to really compete on a whole new level and show these guys that, listen, like, you can bring out that. You can develop a fighter in you, and you can show that fighter, and you can bring out that true warrior spirit if you just take yourself to those levels, And I'm like, this guy, I know he's a sharp shooter. You know what I mean? And I know for a fact that he's expecting me to come in like all crazy chaos, and like everybody's expecting me to come in with a bull, but they don't understand now. I'm understanding this game, and I'm just getting started, man. So, they think I was a problem before. Wait till they see me now.
And is that just a testament to what you're seeing in the gym on a day-to-day basis as of late? Like, it almost seems like you're getting ready to show, like, a brand new version of yourself when you get out there for this next one in Salt Lake City.
Oh, no, for sure. I mean, even now, like, I haven't been able to get the training in that I want to, but you know what I mean? Even when you get, when you train to stay, to get ready, I don't have to get ready. I kind of stay ready, It doesn't matter if I take a month or 2 months off. Like, I'll always constantly be staying active, and I'll always constantly, when I'm driving, I'll be throwing my 1-2s, or if I'm sitting there working, weed whacking or something, I'm throwing my 1-2s, working my switch foots, or, I'm just learning the little things that I'm learning now, like, because my coach just started putting me on footwork now, and I was asking him, like, there's so many things that I don't know yet in boxing, like, can you teach me? Like, I want to learn so much still that I have to learn, and he's just finally starting to take me into these waters. So now I'm just finally starting to dig into these deeper waters, and now I'm learning how to swim, and they don't understand that. Ordinary man with a dream and a fire behind that spirit, what I mean? I'm coming for it all. I ain't taking no as an answer, and I ain't taking no prisoners. I'm coming for it all.
So I'm curious to get some more insights on the, training, like you're talking about before, like getting it in when you can. Like, are you at like a newer space now, or is there like a gym you were at before where the training has been ramped up? Like, whereabouts are you at getting in the work you're talking about?
Well, as of right now, I kind of just go park to park, and then I've been also doing like little one-on-one work with my coach. And he's out in deep water MMA now, out in like Hastings area. So I'm going to be going back and forth here as well to that gym and doing a lot of different training. I'm also building my own training camp here soon too, coming soon. A little Team Mohawk Ranch, but it's going to be a nice little dojo outdoors, kind of more authentic, kind of tapping in with the spirit more style. And there's going to be a lot of new things that implemented into this training camp, you know what I mean? I'm going to be doing a lot of different things, getting off the ropes, a lot of different clench work, a lot of different range work, and kind of just dedicating each different like week, I guess, to each different degree where I need to fill in. I'm going to take things definitely a lot more organized on this camp, and I'm going to be guiding right. I'm going to be ready like no other person's ever done this before, man.
No, I just love to hear it. Like, it reminds me of a quote when we were talking ahead of the last fight, just talking about how you're like someone that wants to really come with a purpose and, you know, chase your dreams with a burning desire. It seems like that's really coming across in like the preparations and how you're trying to, I guess, further increase like the fight IQ and understanding of the game. So definitely love to hear that, man.
Oh no, for sure, man. I'm putting resistance bands on. I'm starting to do swimming now. It's gonna be a whole new, different ball game, man. I'm doing different things that hit different body parts to try to get a different kind of athleticism out of me.
And I guess I'm curious, maybe this kind of also extends to the tape study thing in a sense, but do you have a certain, I guess, idea of how this fight might end? There's certain fighters I talk to who get pretty heavy into like the visualization, and then they kind of have like a predominant visualization within that. Do you have a certain idea of how this fight might end, or anything of that persuasion, I guess?
Well, honestly, man, all of my fights, the reason I claim to be $1 million fighter and the next $1 million fighter coming out of this place, or coming out of BKFC, is just for the fact of like, honestly, man, like I said, nobody likes to fight, dude, and it's like everybody's got a game plan until they put, you know what I mean, until they got a fist in their mouth. You know, and it's like, there's not one person here that's going to have any kind of, you know, defense for whatever pressure that I got coming, because the pressure that I bring is like no other, man. And like I said, I know how to control it, but now I'm coming with control of chaos, and these guys just don't understand, man. I'm on the next level, man. I'm coming for that belt, and I'm going to show the world what it is, man. To really take advantage of that hard work and dedication and that different style of attributes, to really bring out a different style of athleticism, to really claim that throne.
Well, I was going to say, definitely love to hear all of that. You've always had very exciting fights and everything like that. And it seems like even outside of the fighting, you're doing some great stuff. Like I saw you had a post a bit ago relating to like a business account appointment completed. So it seems like you're looking to really do some cool stuff. I saw you were, saying you were looking to change the world with that post as well. So it seems like a lot of, cool things on the go there for you.
Oh yeah, man. I'm actually in the process of right now building TeamMohawkMMA.com. I'm actually up and running right now. I'm just kind of still working on the website as I'm going, but you can actually go to the website right now, and I'm going to be having it set up to where it's going to be blogs where, you're going to be able to come and talk about some of the problems that you're going through, and there'll be other people that have went through those same problems that'll be able to offer solutions, and then I'll be able to help and offer advice and solutions from my own experiences going through those kind of things. I'm going to be also showing on that website events, upcoming events, my previous events, some really good juicy fights. If you guys are interested in watching some of the fights, you know what I mean? As far as like my kind of interesting taste of fights, like I feel like a lot of different people have those different style of taste of fighting, and honestly, like that's what separates me too. Is like I like that, that straight raw action, that gore, true violence. You know what I mean? Like I'm punching him, he's punching me, I'm ducking and dodging. Next thing you know, I catch a foot to the face, I catch his foot. Then next thing you know, we're ducking and dodging again, and we're rolling and pulling. And next thing you know, we jumping back up and we firing off on each other, teeing off again. It's just raw back to back. Like that's that fucking fight I want, man. It's like that's the kind of violence I want to bring, and that's the kind of show I want to bring to the ring. And these people just kind of, like I say, man, they haven't really seen that kind of want to wrestle around sometimes and dibble dabble here and there, but I come to fight, man. So it doesn't matter who it is that they put in front of me. I'm coming for their heads, man. And they're gonna either pull me off of that man, or Jomi was one of the first fights that I've ever had make it to decision. He's actually one of the first persons to go toe to toe with me that I didn't get pulled off of. That's the first fight that I've ever actually had, with no jiu-jitsu involved, anything that went toe to toe with the man that actually made it all the way through with me. So that was actually, hats off to him, for being one of the first of that. Because honestly, I'm coming for everybody as far as knockouts. They don't even need to worry about getting judges with me knocks for the next fights or the next fights to come, because I've learned my lesson with leaving it in the judges' hands.
Yeah, I mean, very exciting to hear, and obviously you're very squarely focused on your own fight and everything, but like we were saying before, definitely a stacked event. Is there any kind of peripheral awareness of some of these other fights? I mean, I guess you have the opportunity to fight a bit earlier in the evening and take some of the, later fights in. Is there anything that's kind of catching your eye here? I mean, there's really, a lot to go off of, like Mike Perry fighting Eddie Alvarez in the main event. There's quite a few title fights going on. Is there anything you have, a peripheral awareness of that you might be especially ready to peep once you're done with your fight and everything?
Yeah, I finally get to rub shoulders with some of the legends, man, and I get to show them what the next true fight in evolution looks like, man. Yeah, I'm ready to come out here and show them right now, man, like the next new kid on the block. I'm the new kid on the block, man. They just don't know yet. I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited to go take them all and do it. I'm ready to go see, like I said, I'm ready to go see Mike Perry, man, because he comes from Michigan, too, so I get to go hang out with him for a little bit and see if we can get some work in or so afterwards, you know what I mean? And kind of link as far as see if we can do things as far as giving back to the community too. I wanted to try to bring him in on when I start getting things rolling, and there's a lot of things, man. This card is there's so many things that is attractive with this card. Like, there's no doubt this is going to be history. There's going to be so many fights that are going to be talked about after this night.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree, man. It looks like an awesome card for sure, and I appreciate you making some time to talk before what looks to be a very exciting fight here, man, but definitely want to be mindful of your time and schedule as well, Esteban. So I'm curious if maybe you have a final parting thought you'd like to add as we're sort of wrapping up here, man.
Nah, man, I just want to tell those guys listening, man, listen, get off the couch, get off the seat, get out the car, wherever you guys are listening to, man, and put at least 5 or 10 minutes into your dreams, man. Fuck what everybody else says about anything. Don't worry about what other people think about you. Just go out there and find what you do best with the least amount of energy, and just put all energy into it, man, and just forget all that 9-to-5 stuff and try to start your own path and build your own way, you know what I mean? Try to go out there and chase that dream, because it's out there. You just got to put the work in to do it. And everybody keeps trying to say that, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Dreams are get a 9-to-5. You got to do the easy way, do this. Like, no, if you have a calling, chase that calling and do not give up on it, man. Put faith in all the work that you're doing and be patient, because it's worth it. It is so worth it. I'm a living example, baby. I'm a living example, man. Thank you guys so much for having me on. God bless you guys. And, I'm here to do God's work, man, and show them that it is what it is. When we put that work in, and we're going to be all here and putting the crowd on their feet. And we're ready to do it. We're ready to put the work in, man.
Yeah, it definitely comes across, man, and you're a great fighter and have an awesome outlook as well, so thanks for bringing that to Bare Knuckle Radio, and definitely excited for December 2nd and this Keegan Vandermeer fight at BKFC 56, and looking forward to checking that out, but until then, you have a good rest of your day, Esteban, and again, to reiterate, thanks for the time, man.
I appreciate you, my man. You guys have a wonderful day. Knuckle up, baby.
This episode of Bouts Talking Bouts is brought to you by Bare Knuckle Betting Shark. Winning parlays, if you're looking for them in BKFC, you got to be checking out BK Bet Shark. Here's the thing, $50 buys, you get a personalized bet slip. It's based on your own budget. You can be flexible. It is what works for you. And this guy's got the receipts. You can check out all the winning tickets. You can peep them, and you can do so at Bare Knuckle Betting Shark. Check him out on Instagram and get with it. Got them personalized betting slips going on, $50 buys.